What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So we have another trailer review to do. The Ruse, Malevolence, and Bereavement director Stevan Mena returns with new horror movie trailer. So this trailer just dropped yesterday, day before. It's been a couple days, but we're going to take a look at it now. I haven't seen this trailer as of yet. I don't know this film. Now, my understanding is this film did get a theatrical release back in, I think it was April or May. I don't recall this being released in theaters. I don't know if it was a limited release. I do know sometimes there are some theaters that do get these limited releases, whether it's like Los Angeles, Austin, Texas, New York, Atlanta, Georgia. So I don't know if that's how this film was released previously. Again, I think it was around April, May, because I haven't heard of this film. It definitely was not released anywhere in my area. But my understanding is it's going to be hitting digital and VOD here soon. So we're going to jump into this article. Then we're going to take a look at the trailer. Some of you may have seen this film if it did release in your area. But again, I haven't seen it. And I think the trailer, from what I saw, is from around that time. So the reason why we're bringing it up is because it's getting its release here soon. So as we always do, we're going to jump into the article details and then take a look at the trailer. So director Stevan Mena came onto the horror scene back in 2003 with the indie slasher Malevolence, which ended up launching a trilogy that grew to include Bereavement and Malevolence 3 Killer. 7 years after the trilogy wrapped up, we've learned that Mena is back this summer with a brand new horror movie titled The Ruse, or The Rus. I'm not sure how you want to pronounce that. Mena Films has announced that The Ruse will be available for rental and purchase on VOD beginning Tuesday, August 14th. You see, okay, the film originally debuted in theaters on Friday, May 16th. Again, yeah, I knew it was April or May from what I heard, and this obviously confirms it was May. I don't recall this ever being released in any theaters anywhere around me, whether that's the theaters close to me or even in driving distance. This is one of the first times I'm hearing of this film. So, and as far as it being released on purchase and VOD, so that gives us roughly a little less than 2 full weeks before this one drops. So very interested to see what this one's going to be about. Interested to see the trailer, because even with it saying it released in May, I don't recall the trailer ever popping up on my radar. So if you do, or if you saw this in theaters, or if you do recall seeing this trailer pop up, put a comment in the comment section. Let me know ahead of time what you thought of the film. You know, out of 5, what would you rate it? Obviously, if you want to put spoilers in the comments, feel free to put spoilers in the comments. That doesn't bother me. But I mean, obviously, don't give away the entire plot or the ending, because I don't want anyone else to be spoiled if they would like to see this. But for me personally, I don't care. Starring Veronica Cartwright and Madeline Dundon and Michael Steger, the film promises a chilling whodunit that keeps audiences on edge until the final frame. Watch the trailer for The Ruse below, which we're going to do here in a moment. All right, so we have the synopsis here. The story follows Dale, a home healthcare worker sent to a remote seaside home after her predecessor mysteriously vanishes. Upon arrival, Dale finds herself caught in a web of chaos, faced with an uncooperative patient, strange neighbors, and increasingly terrifying supernatural events. Okay, in the house haunted, or is there something even more sinister at play? As tensions rise and trust erodes, Dale begins to fear for her own life and for the safety of the patient in her care. Now, I'm wondering, though, if the patient has something to do with it. Sometimes, you know, it's like the synopsis is coming across like, oh, well, the patient is just, a victim of the circumstances. But when it comes to the end of it, it's really the patient that's the one that's the driving force, right? Especially if this has something to do with like supernatural events. Is this patient some witch? Is she conjuring up something, right? Some human sacrifices that she's done in her past that now Dale is having to pay for? You know, the whole past thing. You guys have heard me on that soapbox probably numerous times over the last couple of weeks, especially over the last couple of trailer reviews we've done, because that's been the foundation for a lot of these things. Written and directed by Stevan Mena. The Ruse also features, and we have some more names there. All right, so let's keep going at the trailer here. Let's see, do we have a poster? We do have a poster. Okay, I love the poster because it's clean until you get to the bottom. Make all of this smaller. You don't need this big rated R thing here. And Mena Films, again, if you just would have made all this content down here a little bit smaller, then this, I think, would have been a great poster. I mean, cut off it down there, and it's a great poster. Clean, nothing up here saying scariest supernatural of the year, scariest supernatural in the last 20 years. Rolling Stone says you'll jump out of your seat, you know, all that minutia, all that nonsense and noise on a poster you don't need. So let's keep, okay, so that's the end of the article. I mean, the poster looks pretty decent. Interesting to see where this is going to go just based on the poster, but posters can be deceiving. We know how that goes. So let's jump back to the top of this article as we always do. And keep in mind, reminder, August 14th on Tuesday, purchase and VOD. Again, it says this came out in theaters May 16th. I don't recall seeing this one in any theater that was by me. So I'm going to be seeing this trailer for the first time. So let's jump over to it and see what this is about.
Do you have any trouble finding the place?
Not really.
Looks like her last day just took off.
It's nice, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, very.
I sold all the others. I wanted to die here.
They tell you?
Did she tell me what?
The house is haunted.
Olivia?
Did he wake you?
What?
Albert. I told him to leave you alone.
He's here now?
He's in the hall watching us.
What makes you think there's a ghost?
I saw it. Stairs in the window.
The last nurse, Tracy, she was under a lot of stress too.
I spoke with the agency today and they said no one's heard from her.
The young live-in nurse mysteriously disappeared several nights ago from the home of her patient, world-renowned composer Olivia Stone.
I wouldn't want to be cooped up in a big house all alone either. Not being able to leave because of your responsibility to the patient. I mean, it's got to feel like you're trapped, right?
Must get lonely. Can't be much company bags in that case.
Remember about the night your previous disappeared?
She didn't disappear. She left me.
They're using you because they couldn't find anybody else. What happened last time wasn't your fault.
I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't arrived. I could have died.
Okay.
Just a little on edge.
The house isn't haunted, Dale.
And I could see how some people crack after a while. But not you. You seem like you're no nonsense.
So yeah, it's. I think it's going just based on what we saw, and that was a short trailer. So I'm thinking the old lady has something to do with it. I mean, we saw briefly where her previous caretaker or nurse popped up on the TV, and it said she went missing a few days prior to when we're seeing it. So obviously the replacement nurse is already there, which is the main character that we're following now. Got there pretty quickly and apparently didn't know that her previous nurse or caretaker had gone missing. You would think that would have been known, especially by the company or service that's sending the caretaker or nurse to the location. You think they would have known, oh, this person is missing, so let's send a replacement. You think you would know that information, so I don't know why she seems so surprised. We didn't see anything amiss until I think the point in the trailer where we saw some bloody boot prints going up the steps, and then the trailer started to take a turn. I think we saw a couple, like, I guess, guys that are maybe neighbors that are or something to do within the town, and then I think a police detective. Again, I'm thinking the old lady has something to do with it. I'm thinking it's probably all of them potentially. I don't think it's a whodunit. I think it's they're all involved in some level. And now that this new nurse has popped up, she probably saw that someone has gone missing. The previous nurse, now she's trying to figure out what's going on, what's happened, and now they all don't want her finding out what they did to the previous nurse because she probably found out something, and now they're just going through the motions of trying to get rid of this one before she can either escape or before she can figure out what's going on with the previous nurse. That's my best guess as to what's going on, especially when it says it's on a it's in a remote seaside home. So there probably aren't too many neighbors close by. While I'm sure there are neighbors, but maybe within a couple miles of each other in distance. They're right on the water, so make it ideal that if they are doing something amiss, that they're disposing of bodies maybe in the water, offshore, maybe using a boat. Who knows? But I think the old lady might be the one to draw the victims in, so to speak, by needing a caretaker, and then some of these other people are doing something. That's my best guess, but we'll find out again here on, what is it, August 14th, depending upon the price, rental or purchase. I may do a blind buy on this one, because I think these ones are kind of interesting, because it's your best guess as to who's doing it, and sometimes it's a surprise at the end. But my money is on the old lady. She's involved, or she's not as helpless as she seems, because more than likely I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a situation where 75-80% of the time she's laying in this bed or being wheeled around in a wheelchair, and then next thing you know, she just out of the blue stands up, grabs the kitchen knife, and it's like, yep, I'm the killer. So if it's one of those situations, it's very predictable, because that's the vibe it was giving. That's just my thoughts and opinion on it. So drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the Ruse. Again, coming in a couple of weeks on VOD and purchase. Drop a comment in the comment section. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. But also, if you did see this film back in May, if it was in a theater near you, let me know what you thought about it. Give it a score out of 5 in the comment section. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Later.